Hello, what's up? What it do, so fam? I hope you guys are keeping well, keeping happy, and all of that. Random comment here. I went through my entire day realizing that I didn't even have any mascara on, which is just weird because I usually would put it on as part of my makeup routine. And thank goodness, because my last client made me cry. Rude. No, I'm kidding. Actually, the sweetest tears. Sometimes, more often than not, I have the greatest privilege to have people share their outcomes, how their journey is going. And it's beyond just confirming, let's say, my accuracy and such, right? And so much more about playing witness to their growth and accomplishing things that they had once believed was freaking possible, and the thanks I receive is humbling, and it brings tears to my eyes. It's just such a pleasure to see. Hello, Tania. Hello, beautiful to you too. How you guys doing? My bad for not showing up yesterday. I had a really bad migraine, straight up. I'm a chronically ill girly, so sometimes I experience things that I don't want to. That's also kind of the beauty of working for myself. So I do apologize if anyone was really, really looking forward to Saturday, and you're unable to make it today. My bad. I do appreciate your patience. Slight update about next week. There will be no Soul Fam Saturday or Sunday. Okay, so every third Soul Fam live, I guess every fourth, I'm out of commission. Okay. And no, I'm not doing anything fun necessarily, but just, sometimes your girl needs a break, because that's all I really have the energy for. And I know that maybe sounds confusing, but that's okay. How are you guys? I hope you're doing really well. It seems like there's going to be less people in here again today. Sundays is always such a slower crowd, which is fine because it's a little bit less work for me, but it leaves me yapping about stuff that I don't know you guys want to hear about or whatever. So for anyone who is here, if you have any general questions you want to ask, or of course, if you want me to pull your energy, feel free to please read the eligibility and guidelines. Essentially, you just got to put your name into the chat and ask me a specific question, or just type general and I'll give you what it is that you need to hear, yeah. I guess that is that. This week, collectively, has been a week of really beautiful blossoming opportunities, should you had been willing to take it. Okay. Now you may be like, hey Kat, why are you telling me this now if it's the end of the week? True. You should probably join my Patreon because they get weekly updates. That's okay if your Wi-Fi cuts out. It's recorded. It's no problem. I got you. But that being said, moving into next week, so the rest of October and the start of November, should y'all choose to really decide that you want to move forward and establish change in your life and follow that through with action that matches that change, right? Say you really want a new job because you hate the one that you're currently in. Well, right now, the resumes that you put out, the conversations that you have, if, this is the caveat, you are 100% sure that a change is what it is that you want and a new job based on XYZ criteria and desires, dreams, whatever. Let's say a proper work-life balance. You don't want anyone to call you anymore after 5 p.m. Manifest that, okay? Because there's going to be a higher probability of that, okay? I know that there's a lot of crazy things going on in the world and it really feels impossible, but we got to trust in the energies that are presented to us as they are presented to us, okay? And they're presented to us right now. So like, even though you can manifest at any point of any day and you can live your life, whatever, because I don't necessarily believe that you have to always wait for like cosmic alignment and stuff. But when the cosmic alignment is there, when the universal energy coincides to amplified manifestation like abilities and stuff like that, why not take advantage? You know, may as well just take advantage. I guess that's like the only highlight there that I got for y'all. So Tania, ooh, right at 5:55 for you. At least on my timer, it's going to be a little bit different once I timestamp. But I mean, if you haven't undergone enough change already, girl, you're bound to, I want to say like stabilizing some more, right? Because like for you in particular, a lot of the change has not yet been fully like grounded and established, right? Like there's still some like curiosities. There might actually be some nights that you're sitting here going, okay. And for some reason, I mean, please correct me if I'm wrong, because I do sure hope that I am wrong, but like you might kind of be losing sleep thinking about a future that could have been if things had worked out, or if you never did this or that, or if maybe this person did this or that, or if like there seems to be a lot of I mean, the Eight of Swords is out here, right? So you could also be dreaming about, let's say, like an ex, or not even just for you. It's like your past life is like kind of flooding to the surface of your consciousness, and you're just like, hello? What is happening? Hence why the oh shit comes on in. Okay. The Five of Pentacles is here. I just want to cover it for you. Okay. Especially because I would like for you to establish a greater belief that like you're okay, especially when it comes to your value. Okay. Yes, you have been mistreated in the past. No, that never means that it will consistently happen again in the future, especially because you have learned so much. Okay, you've really transitioned. And the Knight of Swords coming out here as well. Like, what a hunk. What is this? Show. The Knight of Swords comes on in here to really give you this clarification on like your mental wavelength has changed. It has transitioned. The past experiences have caused you quite a disarray, okay? And thus you have walked away. But like what's really beautiful here is you're actually moving towards new goals. And I love how that says wheat dreams. Do you notice that? That's so like this one right here. I think it should say sweet dreams, but it almost says wet dreams, but like wheat dreams. Anyways, no, you did. Okay, well, maybe I can't say no. Yes, you did throw away what once was a desired outcome. But did you really throw it away, or did you walk away because you had enough self respect and love for yourself to recognize what wasn't working out? You know? So cut yourself some slack and keep definitely moving towards establishing what this new life is for you. And it's okay not to know. Like, the thing is, though, the Tower card just flipped. Gee, I wonder why. yeah, your world kind of crumbled and you pulled the trigger. Okay. But the thing is, though, and like the Tower card is one of my favorite cards to come out. I know it brings about like a bunch of epiphanies and like changes like you didn't exactly always foresee. Like, even though you manifested something, you realize, oh shit, maybe I didn't expect it to happen like this, though. Like you're praying for a happy life and you didn't realize that the life that you were in had to crumble, right? The nose itching, you know what I'm saying? I feel like a crackhead every single time I do that. I'm just sitting here like, like, come on. Any hoosers. It's a really brave act that you chose to renew yourself and live a life of no regrets. Even though right now your mind is bringing forward what to you might be perceived as regrets, right? Because that's the way that you're kind of thinking about it. Like, am I dreaming about this person right now because I did the wrong thing? No, your mind is simply processing what no longer is, right? And so sometimes we release things that, especially since your dreams have been so vivid, right? You're not allowing yourself to actually think about the romanticized version of your past life in your waking state. And so your dreams allow you to do that in a much more safe space where, number one, you can't run from it because you're dreaming. I mean, you could always wake up, but you don't. Okay. You might wake up and like stare at the ceiling a little bit, but that's when you allow yourself to actually think about things, right? Until you snap yourself out and you're like, no, I have to stop. Stop disciplining your brain for doing what it's designed to do, and that's process information. And it was information overload as far as the change that you have undergone. Allow yourself to catch up to who and where it is that you are now. Okay. Because the more that we allow that release without shame, without self criticism, and definitely without suppression and like denial of that, like the audacity, you have been denied so much that now you're just going to continue that pattern. No. So feel uncomfortable a little bit more. The discomfort is nothing compared to the discomfort of being in a position that you know no longer suits you. Now you're just in the process of still shedding a little bit more of that. And it's interesting because I was just shown a snake with the skin already halfway off of it. So you're not even in the beginning stages of the shedding, nor the ending just yet, but you're right there, you know? So nestle up against something comfortable, go through the last stages of whatever it is that you got to process and let go of, and that rest of that layer will come off and you're going to be brand new. And guess what, you're going to go through another shed later on, right? Like, I wish, I really do wish, even just for selfish reasons, that we can just get over things so quickly and never experience them again. But we do have to go through layers of this stuff, because if you were to undergo all of the healing and shedding that you require right now, your heart might pop. You know, not to be dramatic, it probably won't happen, but like, hey, you can die from like a broken heart, I think, right? It's not the case for you. Sorry, my ADHD brain kind of like takes me places that I'm like, you're not intentional to the reading. Your heart is fine. Everything is fine. Thank you for laughing at that. So just continue mending your heart, okay? Instead of like suppressing and like breaking yourself off from doing the human thing. Because you've gone such a long way from being in a dissociative state to allow that to continue. So the happiness is coming and it's already here, okay? So you did all of the right things in case you needed a confirmation, okay? You totally laughed. I know, I heard your pretty laugh. The one is so pretty. I don't care. I thought it was pretty. I love laughs. So you're welcome. You're welcome. I was using the Badass Tarot, by the way, for you. You were badass. Yeah. Oh my gosh, and I just shuffled and the Queen of Wands came out here for you. Okay. All right, well, that's it for that. I'm not going to be on here for very long, guys. It's already almost 10 o'clock my time. And I'm just tired and beat. I got other stuff to do. Y'all got a spiritual check-in coming up right after this live. Maybe a couple hours later. I'm going to schedule it in advance a little bit. Tune in, okay? Because it's especially highlighting to those, of course, whom this applies and may resonate with. Messages in and around you essentially being like this close to reaping more and more rewards. And it's like an extra 30 plus long minute message, hopefully, that will offer y'all some motivation to continue through a little bit more of that discomfort. But if you align to it, that's really, really good, okay? And sometimes we tend to give up on ourselves a little too soon, right before we're at like the brink of accomplishing whatever it is that we want to accomplish. We're just like, oh, it's not working out. And we were like right there. We just had one more thing to do, you know? So don't let that be you. Just keep on doing it. Sometimes we have to keep doing things for years before the outcome just blows our minds and changes our reality. So if you know in your heart that whatever it is that you're doing, Soul Fam, is right for you, despite what society thinks, despite what even your past self once thought, push forward. Forward. Excuse me, my throat chakra is jacked up. I'm doing so many readings today, y'all. I am tired. I am really, really tired. Probably like see it in my eyes. It's just like, girl, are you okay? I'm fine. I'm just tired. So how are you guys doing? For those whom, of course, are in here. I told y'all, a lot less people show up on Sundays. I don't know. Y'all got other things to do than to hang out on YouTube. I get it. I understand. Rest up, boo. Not yet. Because this is not going to be a 20-minute live, is it? I mean, I personally want to jack to it, but if anybody else would like a reading in here, there's 2 other people in here that I can see. Holla. Drop your question, drop your name, if of course you so choose. Otherwise, honestly, if nothing comes through in the next 5 minutes, I'm just gonna like wish y'all such a great week. And I'm gonna finish up whatever it is that I gotta do tonight so I can get to bed earlier. Woo. And yes, like midnight is early for me. I'm such a night owl. Are y'all morning people or night owls? I don't do anything before like 10 or 11 a.m. if I have a choice. Okay. You're a night owl too. Well, I wish you a really beautiful day, evening, night, whatever time it is for you. Have a good one. Love ya. What else can I tell you guys? I don't know. I would typically have like a whole spiel prepared for y'all in these kind of cases where like not too many people are like stepping forward to get their energy read, but I genuinely don't have anything right now. I feel like the world is in the state that it's in. And we're all just coping one day at a time. It's spooky season. Yeah, we're almost at the end of it. I mean, spooky season is like literally every season for us horror, thriller, spooky lovers. But it is definitely one with a lot more heightened psychic abilities. So I don't know about y'all, but I definitely know about me. There has been an up-leveling on that front. Holy cannoli, especially ever since that Libra eclipse that happened on October 2nd. Oh my goodness. Like sorry, that didn't explain much, but like the ascensions, the like, I don't know, like the cosmic, like I don't know, like more people awakened, more people had like these like brilliant aha moments. And what I mean by awakened, okay, I just mean that they gauged a greater level of awareness of themselves or of someone or something in their lives that kind of started changing the trajectory of their lives or their routines or something, even if it hasn't been fully initiated and stabilized yet, which is another reason why I'm gonna tell y'all to really start doing the action work, okay? Because a really critical component to manifestation is always action, okay? And because intuition is now really heightened, you're going to know when to do something, how to do it, who to, let's say if you got a network or something, right? Like you'll just know. But the action piece of actually trusting that little intuition and pushing yourself forward and doing that thing will be the thing that really sets you apart from people whom will succeed very quickly and have like relatively quick results, like to a surprising degree, or those who are going to kind of, because while things are on the up and up, right, there's also a lot of people that are noticing what's not working out. And people be complaining a lot more these days, really focusing on what isn't working out and making that like their entire personality. And it's okay to complain sometimes. It's okay to be honest with our state and be like, yeah, I'm pretty shitty right now, or like things aren't working out. Like venting is a really good thing to do, right? It's a form of expression that I believe should be practiced more often. That being said, if it is not matched with the appropriate action that leads to an opposite result of the current reality, my dude, why are we going around in circles? Like, you're not helping anyone, especially not yourself, right? So there's a lot of that going on. You might be noticing a lot of people just kind of going around in circles and then being really angry about it when they could just make a right and get out. It's like NASCAR up in here. And then get another left turn and another left turn. And it's like, okay, like go right, get out. Just, but hey, not everyone is down for that. So yeah, if you guys are sensing a lot more psychic activity and stuff around you, no, you're not crazy. Okay. You're just experiencing more of like I don't know, like a spark, an illumination of a heightened awareness. So isn't that fun? Surabhi, did I say your name correctly? Hello. Thank you for joining the Soul Fam. When will my package of salary increase? Hmm. Hello, hello. It's interesting because I heard November, and yet there was like this like tinge of like, huh? Is that true? I also heard just ask. My lips are tingling for you. I'm not sure if you've already had this conversation with like a supervisor, manager, whatever it is that they are for you. But I think it's important to perhaps maybe set a meeting. And I'm not going to say like demand a um a raise or nothing, but there is something about stepping outside of your comfort zone and actually being like, hey, here's the work that I have been doing, here are my results. I would like to be compensated for that. You didn't have a conversation. Okay, great. So this could be, and I don't know how long you've been in this live here, but I randomly went on like some tangents this week. Well, where am I? Hold on. So from like the 20th of October and definitely all of this coming week is a really great time for us to take action towards the things that we really want, like setting a meeting and having a conversation, right? And I would approach it really professionally and being like, again, here are my results. And I am wondering if there is a compensation for that. Can we talk about raising my value in this company? That is a very mature conversation. Worst case scenario, they'll say no. But if you don't actually have that kind of conversation professionally, you'll be less likely to be taken as seriously. You will probably wait a lot longer and at least put your hand up to be like, hey, I'm ready and willing to actually obtain more for the efforts that I'm putting in, right? Like, I've had these kind of conversations in the past in my professional whatever. Not obviously this job as like a psychic, I'm like hypnotherapist and stuff because I work for myself. So, you know. Anyways, but in my professional career, especially in sales, I just talked to them. I asked for them and then I got it like literally 2 weeks later. So I don't really see why that would be different for you, especially if you state a good case, you know. I'm working in this company for 1 year. It will be increased in this company, or will I have to switch company for an okay, so let me ask you this. Is money the only purpose here? Because if you want to get paid more, then yeah, you can always apply somewhere else to get paid, right? But that's I kind of want to question that a little bit more because if you're only working and you let's say like you dislike what it is that you do, well, I mean, definitely change the company that you work for. You know, but if you actually enjoy what it is that you do and you're willing to grow with an organization and a company, then have that conversation. You could always do both too. You can let them decide. If you come forward and again, state your case professionally and respectfully, showcasing your results, because I think that's like the biggest thing, right? Like you have to showcase your value in order to receive more, right? And worst case, they say no, well, then Surabhi, you have your own answer there. You can start sending out your resumes, have conversations with recruiters, and take it from there, you know, and make sure that your starting is higher than what it is that you're getting paid now. But again, I don't know. Like it comes down to if it's just about money for you, there might be other kind of questions that you'd like to consider. You know, like, do I even like this job? And I know that's like easier said than done because like we're especially living in a society and generation and everything that we have to work in order to survive. So not every single one of us will be graced with a job that we absolutely love. But why not? Why not? You know? Um so yeah, I don't know. I heard November. What you're seeing, will it increase in 6 months? I heard November. That's next month, but it's contingent on having a conversation. So whether that conversation is with your current employer or with another recruiter to change your job, like yes, the outcome is a higher pay in November contingent on your action and your state of value, and claiming that, proclaiming that, you know? Um, or you can wait until next month or next year to have these kind of conversations. But I think when it comes to your energy, you have a very grand, I don't know, like manifestational ability right now to actually, again, ask for what it is that you want and receive it quicker than you've expected yourself to. So long as, of course, you come respectfully and professionally. But I think you could do that personally. I don't know you, but your energy is saying that you could. So have that conversation. Okay. Like, you know, it might be a little uncomfortable or maybe not for you. But do it. Have that conversation. State your claim. Set that meeting. Tomorrow is Monday. Send out that calendar invite. See whatever it is that they got in their calendar or something and just pop yourself in there 30 minutes. Boom. Subject. Salary increase. Straight up. I would, no surprises there, you know, or position review or something, you know. I don't know. I think you know what to do though. So best of luck to you. I genuinely hope that it works out. But yeah, there's something about November. I don't know. November seems like a really lucky, abundant month for you. So, yeah, I'm gonna just tell you November. But again, it's contingent. So when we're looking at anything in I'm only answering like one question per person, guys, with all due respect. If it'll increase after that exam pass, go ahead and do what it is that you got to do. Okay. Hi, Neesha. Neesha Queen. I love that extra E on there. Do what it is that you got to do, Surabhi. Okay. You got to have more faith in you, less questions, more actions. Okay. You already know what it is to do to increase your value and get paid out for the value that you believe you are owed. Okay. Yes, of course, you may ask a question. I will happily accept. So go ahead and ask it. Oh, it's nice to meet you. Some new people here. Usually my Sundays are like a lot more like quiet. Last week I basically only ever had like my patrons up in here. So we dilly-dallied and had nice conversations. Not that these conversations aren't nice. Of course they are. It's interesting for a Sunday. It's a little bit of a change here. I also admit I didn't really broadcast much of me going live. Usually I would be like on Instagram and I'd set like some sort of one of those countdown things on Instagram, but I didn't even know what time I was going to go live today. I just, Okay, so Neesha. I think the opportunity to have the conversation to get back together, Neesha, will likely happen. But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm unsure. My name is Kat. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm unsure if you are actually going to be really willing to actually get back together. You may not have a way to contact him, but it doesn't mean that there will be zero contact. You might be surprised. The reason why I'm saying all of this, right? The cards that came out here for you is partnership as well as perception. But notice how perception has this tier that is allowing an orchid to grow. Orchids might have some significance to you specifically, I just heard. There might be a conversation about it. I'm unsure, especially by the end of this year, if I can be as respectfully honest with you, that it's actually going to happen. Like you're going to get back together. Okay. Just because it seems like, although the idea of partnership is on the table. Okay. I'm really getting drawn to that tier. I think that you might have to actually pour a little bit more into yourself, into your own growth. And I know it's not what you want to hear. I know it's not what you want to hear. And who cares? I'm saying no for this year. Your question was before the year ends. No. But there will likely be a conversation, and that conversation, just given your responses here, it might induce some tears. It might induce the need to like self-reflect and pour into yourself a little bit more. It resonates with the convo. by this year. Yeah, I don't know. There's something about a conversation. So you might link up somehow. You know what I mean? There might be a surprise message in your inbox or something. I'm not really sure. You that part is kind of up to fate, if you will, and your openness, and also I think for you, Nisha, what's required for yourself and just your own healing, okay? And again, I'm just a girl on YouTube. You don't actually have to believe me or take any of this advice and intuition that's coming through, okay? That part is always up to you. Free will is a thing, ladies and gentlemen. But for you, Nisha, learning to actually accept not being with him might be the greatest like benefit to you to heal the pain. Because if you're constantly going to keep feeding the narrative that you need him in order to be loved and be really happy and all of that, that actually does the opposite and repels energy, right? It's like if we're looking at it from an energetic concept, if you keep pulling and like hanging on to something, the more that something is actually going to want to let go. Like it's one of those, like, you know, the cliche sayings, like if you love something, let it go. And if it comes back, it's yours type of a thing, right? But you have to allow freedom to exist within a relationship and especially within yourself. Like the breakup occurred for you to learn to love yourself. Okay. So it seems as though, yes, right now, some sort of conversation or contact will likely happen before the end of this year is through. Okay. Whether it's initiated by you or him, how it is, that part I don't have visibility into, which is probably spirit's way of saying it's likely going to be a bit of like kind of like a surprise. You know, you're not really going to see it coming, which is probably the best way for it to be. We can't plan out certain things, right? And it will be likely, should you start inducing more positive aspects towards your healing and yourself and like finding out what really makes you happy and pouring into yourself. Like I'm not talking about just self-care. I'm talking about doing the things that like buy yourself some flowers. Okay, get Miley Cyrus on this shit. You know, give something for yourself that you wish would come from him right now, you know, do it for yourself. Start feeling the life and love kind of returning back to you. And that's likely when you're going to have some form of contact come in. As far as like a relationship, before the end of this year at 2024, respectfully, with so much love, I really don't think that that's going to happen. But will it happen ever? To be continued in 2025. Okay. But there's a reason why there's a separation right now. Okay. I'm sorry it's not exactly what it is that you needed to hear, but I'm glad that you can appreciate the message coming through. I never like to lie to y'all, okay? I'm not one of those readers, soul fam, that come on here and just give you what it is that you want to hear just so I could keep y'all hooked, okay? I tell you the honest truth of what comes through. Does that mean it's going to be 100% true? That's up to y'all to decide, okay? If I ever tell you something that you're like, this is BS and you're entitled to that. That's totally okay. All right. This is just the messages of today and this moment of me channeling for you. Okay. So thank you for being open to receive it. And with so much love, like maybe buy yourself an orchid, honestly. And what's really beautiful about like orchids is that they lose their flowers for like months. They're just like a stick. Until they finally start blooming again, you know? And I think that's a really beautiful metaphor about what it is that you're currently experiencing. So, I don't know. Maybe go orchid hunting. You can find some that are like quite cost effective too. And it'll bring some light into your depression a little bit more too. I empathize with that. You can make it easier for yourself. All right. So just step by step, and you'll be okay. You'll be okay. Thank you. Thank you. I'm feeling good vibes from you too. Believe me, it takes one to know one. It takes one to know one. All right, let me just take a sip, disconnect from you. Hello, hello, crow's nest. 1408. It's like the movie 1408, no? I don't know who plays in it, but isn't there like a hotel room like 1408? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I will read you in like a hot second. Just give me like 30 seconds, if not a little bit more, maybe less. I don't know. I actually really got to like re-dye my hair. I only dye my hair. Well, no, I dye my hair, like I refresh the blue, but I don't bleach my hair very often at all. So like it's grown out like a lot. So, and I cut my hair. Like my hair used to be so much longer. And then I guess maybe like 6 to 8 weeks ago, I just chopped it all off. Had myself a little wonderful breakdown and was like, you know, sometimes you just need a refresh, you know, let go of the trauma that hair holds and just start good, start fresh. But now I need to re-bleach so the blue can stand out like all the way from the roots. Thank you. I do appreciate you. Okay, Jessica, I'm going to write your name down now. Jessica. All right, what's your question? Where will things go with Daniel and I? New connection, I'm single, Leo. Smiley face. Daniel. I gotta write his name down too, actually, for you. It's funny. I just heard curious and curiousa. I can understand just tapping into both of y'all energies here, why there is some like curiosities and stuff, because like I just heard like different from the rest. And it's almost like, what is the catch? When's the shoe gonna drop? You know? I will tell you this, Jessica. My best recommendation, with so much respect to whoever it is that you're talking to about this connection, stop. Okay? Because sometimes our friends, family, whomever it is for you, I don't know, might actually like instill seeds of doubt that don't actually have to be there, you know? And it's fine to have like reservation and like be that friend that like, you know, wants to like protect you and stuff like that. Um, but especially because it's such a new connection, it's really important for you to make those types of judgments for yourself first, because it's one of those things which that hasn't happened to you yet here, but it's coming up for some reason for me to talk about in past relationships, right? If shit hit the fan and y'all got into an argument, it was really heated or something, and then you went to your friends and you vented about it, right? Or your family or whomever it might have been, and then like 2 days later, you guys like really talked it out and solved, and that situation never came up again. Like you actually moved forward from it. The disdain and the, you know, like the energy that you brought forward to your friends kind of stuck. And they were like, but do you remember when this happens? Like, and you're like, okay, but that didn't come up again. So like, can we move past from that? Like, you know, like there's some of those kind of things there, which again, I understand from both perspectives. Being that friend, you just want to keep you safe, Jessica, right? And sometimes it's just not always necessary. So keep the caution up, okay? I would even substitute the word cautious with discernment, okay? Like the ability to truly judge what and whom is good for you, okay? And allow time to kind of play out a little bit more without introducing more opinions of people who don't even know themselves, okay? Because sometimes people act in a way that toxic people would act, but they're not actually going to enact the toxicity. They mean well. They're actually doing the positive thing, you know? And from what I'm sensing here, he's not love bombing you, because that's like a turn off for you. I'm sensing here too. You're like, oh, whoa, like you're funny. Sorry, by the way, for anyone who's new here, if you see me like rubbing my nose or like doing weird like lip things, you know, these are just like intuitive tics. So yeah, I know it looks kind of strange, but it only happens when I'm channeling. So just my luck. But yeah, I genuinely right now, like the impression that I'm getting just from his energy towards you there is a lot of reservation. I'm kind of seeing like the metaphor of a glass wall. Like you're getting close, but you're still keeping your observations very high. Your discernment is very high. So, what I'm going to tell you is you're doing all of the right things for yourself, okay? And you're going to continue doing that because all of the effort that you've put on yourself, even beyond just the 3 years, okay? I think that you have honestly started this whole thing like way before the 3 years, and that actually caused for things to crumble before, you know? You're a different person right now. You expect, you accept different things. So thank you for resonating. Wow, it's getting a lot of goosebumps. Um, the point is that you're okay, you know? And if there is any like not slight doubt, but if you see that red flag, pull out immediately, you know? Do I think that he's intentionally going to hurt you? No. Um, and going the slow, genuine route, kind of almost like I don't know, there's a really nice like best friendship kind of vibe blooming here, you know, and sometimes going that slow and steady route, building a more emotional and mental connection. It's different for you. I think in the past maybe you guys jumped into things even more like physically or something, right? I don't care if you have now, or it's not my business, but the point is though it's deeper than that. It's different. So of course when you're experiencing something different, you're kind of like, what's happening here? um but you already have such a high discernment. uh, Keep trusting that, okay? So I can't tell you to let your guard down or up because that's not my right. But I do think that his intentions towards you are pure, they're good. And I genuinely hope that they stay that way. So slow and steady builds that connection, and you yourself will know when to pull out or not. But I genuinely don't see any like red flags about him. Do you see it blossoming into a relationship? Let me ask you this. If I tell you yes or no right now, would it really make a difference? Only you can know for sure. And this is exactly what it is that I'm saying. Maybe stop asking people about those kind of specificities. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter what the heck I think about this connection. It's what you think about it. I did get you. He, he, he. Okay, so keep trusting that lovely discernment because you're doing amazing. Okay, so trust in yourself. Trust in yourself. You've got yourself out of worse situations. And who knows, maybe you just got yourself into a really, really good one. Okay, but only you can know that for sure. Not just like some blue haired girl on YouTube or anybody else for that matter. Like, just honestly, I think ask the universe these kind of questions versus like your loved ones or psychics or whomever else, you know, like just, yeah, I don't know. Some things we got to like keep internally and see what comes from it first before something else sabotages it accidentally or even purposely. You never freaking know. People's intentions are crazy these days. So keep using that discernment. All right, love? Yay! Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I heard one more. Adriana, hi, love. Whoop, nope. I'm going to give that another minute before I connect. Okay. You, Adriana, my beautiful, beautiful Adriana. You know, I say this frequently. I'm not a doctor. Um, Heart and liver, yeah. There's a lot of suppressed anger that had caused a imbalance, right? If you look into traditional Chinese medicine, you will find a lot of the suppressed emotions and what they mean within these particular organs. I'm going to say that, yeah, absolutely, you're going to get a lot better. For some reason, castor oil came up for you in the belly button. So look into some pure castor oil in a glass container. Wow, Spirit's being really specific here. And once to twice a week, a little tiny drop on your finger, rub it into your belly button. It's a high absorption thing. You can read on the benefits for it because I'm not 1,000% sure, but I think it like detoxifies something. Also, with your liver too, doing things like what is it called? Work with me. The lymphatic system drainage. YouTube videos, some shit on how to appropriately do it, but there are certain spots that we can massage within our body. You can also dry brush in a particular way. Okay. And especially with like your armpits, like doing these kind of exercises and like pressing into them and stuff like that, like your armpits actually exude so much toxicity. Okay. So long as we're not like, this is why like natural deodorant is really, really healthy, right? Because it doesn't clog up the pores that are actually meant to release a lot of like the toxicity and shit like that. You have a dry brush. Perfect. Start using it. Okay. It's going to be really beneficial for you to like get some blood flow and like lymphatic flow, really. Okay. And the more that you do that, the more that you jump and things like that too, like to kind of just get the lymphatic system moving. We really don't take as much like consideration about our lymphatic system, which is so important. So I think that for you, I was thinking of castor oil today, but I had no idea what to do with that. Okay, great. Perfect confirmation. So that's a yes on the castor oil. And yeah, you just put a little time. Do not put it on every single day. Okay, twice a week. So like every third, fourth day. You just put a little tiny dot and put it into your belly button. And then just proceed, go to sleep or something. I don't know. Okay. Is that like, oh, arnica tea. Fascinating. Hello, Brandy. Thank you for this information. Arnica tea will help with lymphatic drainage. Wonderful. Thank you for adding that in. That's awesome. So there you go. Okay. When it comes to the rest, please follow the protocol of professionals whom are more aligned to actually answer this correctly. Okay. You've been doing so much of that energy suppression work and things like that as far as your emotions are concerned. So you already know that part 10 out of 10. Just, learn other methods while you're also doing the medical route there as well. Okay. Whatever it is that means. And also feel free to get like more than one type of opinion because different doctors actually offer different options and solutions. So maybe shop around of what it is that feels good. I know you prefer more holistic measures. Try arnica tea. Okay, add that to cart. And yeah, I think we just got to prioritize a little bit of like a different flow of things. But something about the lymphatic system will really help push out a lot of those toxins that your liver is having a little bit of a hard time right now to process. All right, my love. I hope that helped. And again, like y'all, I love y'all so much, but like please refrain from asking me about medical things, not just me, but like any psychic, unless they have like PhD, MD, like in their name and they're like I don't know, like specialize in particular kind of things. Like, I'm not a medical expert in that regard. Like, please refrain. Oh, my lipstick is like It's making it look like I have like broken up lips. But it's just lipstick. I don't know. Whatever. I'm gonna let that be. Um, I hope that helped. I hope that helped. Spirit is clicking at me. I have so many new subs. I'm so sorry. I have to reject you. That's why I put in I saw a doctor. It was way more for my mind to stop worrying. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Ask more doctors, okay? Ask more specialists and trust your intuition. Like, it's funny that the castor oil thing came up, you know? New subscriber. Hi, Brandy. I like you here too. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. If it wasn't 10:30 my time and I wasn't absolutely drained from the Sunday that I had a really long Sunday today. I work a lot of Sundays, and today was a working Sunday. I would stay on here and read way more people. I don't have the energy for it, and my throat chakra is like literally shutting me out right now. Spirit's like, stop it. And as much as I am self-employed, you know, I'm not the only one in charge here. So trusting my intuition, I want to say thank you guys so much. I am going to pull out here, okay? Elaine or Carolee, I'm sorry, how do you pronounce your name properly? I hope that you maybe tune into the next live. Next week, there will not be a live, okay? Next weekend, rather. So the next live will be on November 9th. So it is a little bit of a while, but there's a ton of content available here, by the way. I've got pick-a cards, and I've got a spiritual check-in that's about to go off in the next like 30 minutes too. So you guys can see that too. Hopefully that can help you. And things to like kind of keep you guys entertained until I'm able to meet y'all live. And I definitely got to do better with my scheduling. So I'm not like completely drained. But I do want to thank you guys again. So I hope this helped anyone who needed it. I will be time stamping those whom I have had the privilege and opportunity to read today. So you guys are able to tune in later on and kind of see if what I said was right for you, especially if I offered y'all specific dates or anything, you know? But yeah, I do hope. Oh, and Jasmine, I'm so sorry. I didn't even see you here either. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so happy to read y'all next time. If of course we have the privilege, I will remember y'all's energy. So y'all pop in and I will prioritize you a little bit more there too. Okay. Energetically speaking, Spirit's like really adamant on me not reading anyone else. I just work here, y'all. So thank you so much. I'm going to finish off my night. And I'll catch you really soon. I hope. Thank you so much for your patience and your appreciation. Definitely. I'm feeling it from y'all. Thank you so much. Okay. I'm going to stop saying thank you and just go. Okay. Bye guys.